Yo guys, what's going on? Acez is here today with another video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about PMC spawns on Ground Zero. Do me a favor, make sure you're dropping a like on this one here today. And of course, make sure you subscribe to the channel for more PvE content. Let's hop right into it. Map should be on screen for you. We are going to go top to bottom. So we are looking at the Terra Group area number 1. I'm going to be completely honest with you, this entire courtyard could have PMCs in it, which is pretty unfortunate, and it's going to be a pretty common theme here with the PMC locations is they're kind of everywhere because the map is fairly small in the grand scheme of things. So the entire courtyard, I have had PMCs all around, pretty much anywhere outside. I have had scavs inside the parking garage and scavs inside the Terra Group portion of the building. They even go upstairs where the science key is used into the offices, but I've never personally had PMCs in there. That doesn't mean they can't aggro in there. That doesn't mean they can't be in there. That just means I have never personally experienced them literally in the parking garage and inside the main Terra Group portion of the building. So right across the street, this is kind of the same spawn location. They might just roam over, but near the liquor store. I have had PMCs right outside, right in the street, and it's basically the same as the Terra Group building courtyard, but I wanted to separate it a little bit because it is kind of a separate location, but if you are at the windows at the liquor store, 100% those PMCs are going to see you and start shooting at you. Next, we're going to go to the left a little bit more. Bottom sky side in the building that has a bunch of food spawns. It is literally right next to the fence for Mira Avenue. So if you are taking the flare extract, there's PMCs that could spawn right on the other side of the fence in that building. I have killed one single group of 3 there. I haven't had them more than one raid there, but I have had them there at least once. Therefore, I know they can spawn there. But like I said, just one time, so don't know if this is more of like along the lines of one of those uncommon spawns, but they can be there, so just be careful, especially when you're taking that flare extract. All right, moving over far to the right, we're going to be talking about the vehicle extract because I wanted to separate this from the Terra Group courtyard because I have had PMCs literally right next to the car. And this could just be one giant roaming area for them. I have no idea. But I have had PMCs literally right in front of the car. And I feel like that's valuable information and good enough for me to separate it from Terra Group and the courtyard. Because you need the vehicle extract sometimes. Whether you want it for scav rep, whether you need it for that task right at the beginning of the game, it is entirely possible you could have a PMC literally camping the extract. So keep that in mind. Next is going to be between Empire and Fusion, right in the middle of the street. They like to roam up and down the street here pretty commonly. And I haven't really seen them going into the buildings too much. They seem to like to stay in the street there. Doesn't mean they can't, like I said previously, but it seems like they stick to the open space a lot more than actually going into the buildings from what I have seen. Next is going to be right around the Capital Insight building, the one where you got all those PCs up on the top floor and one of the machine guns. I think it's the grenade launcher that's up there for the one task. Right in front of that building, basically near that little kind of like a corner store almost. It's a 2-story store, kind of just misplaced between Fusion and Capital Insight. There is a PMC group that spawns there pretty commonly for me. 1 to 3 PMCs, and they kind of just sit by the truck and right by that building. But if you do aggro them, they could go the whole way towards basement stairs. They just rotate and take the weirdest angles to kill you if you're in Capital Insight. That's at least what happened to me in the example I'm referring to. But they started near that corner store, and they aggroed the whole way down towards the green bus that is in front of Capital Insight. Between Capital Insight and basement stairs, there's like a green bus, and the PMCs really like to kind of hold up near it, kind of take cover near it, and that was when they were aggroed. So I don't know if they can spawn near the bus, but they can certainly aggro down there, and they could be there. And we only have one more thing to talk about, and that is underground. I have had PMCs underground, what feels like both sides, but I'm going to put specifically on screen right now exactly where I encountered them. But I feel like, just based off memory, I have had PMCs underground multiple times, and they probably roam here too. I've never had them going up the ramp towards Mira Avenue, but I have had them what I feel like is in the entire tunnel of underground. So I'm going to put both arrows on screen now where I think they would be, and then that one I showed you a little earlier is the exact location where I had the PMCs. And that is literally it. I have not had PMCs spawning anywhere else. It seems like they might be tweaking the PMC spawns a little bit on all maps. So if you guys have any instances where you're finding PMCs other places, or if they're going in buildings when they're not aggroed, trust me, when they're aggroed, it feels like they can do anything. But if you are encountering PMCs that have not aggroed to you yet, drop that in the comments. It's going to be valuable information for everybody to know, and just to give us some pointers on where we need to be checking while we're in our ground zero raids. But fairly short one, and hopefully you die a little less on ground zero, because it's a hell of a hard map. If you haven't seen me talking about how hard ground zero is, if I remember, I'll put a card up in the top right corner, but it was a fairly recent video, so you should be able to find it. Do me a favor, make sure to drop it a like on this one here today, and of course, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Sponsored equipment description below. It's going to be it for me. Thank you for stopping by. I'm out.